live button. Ayo, we live. Let's refresh this. Let's have it up on the side here. Okay, he's like, why? Why must we wait? Because Darsh. That's why. Oh. I am sorry that I've kept y'all waiting for the extra, what is it, 8 minutes? Wait, why did I put category music? Hold on. This just proves how poorly this was made. No, this. Oh, let's see. Where would it be? Entertainment, I guess. We'll just say entertainment because there's no like just talking on YouTube. We'll put entertainment and save it. There we go. Not a category is accurate. Okay, so now that's some god tier camera quality. Is it really? It's definitely a difference from last year, right? Like I'm full widescreen now. And the difference in last year I had this down as my mic, and now I have this as my mic. The Yeti, the glow up we hear. One of the things from 2021 to be proud of. Right off the bat, new mic. Or at the very least make like, utilizing a mic that I should have been by the end of last year. Because technically, I got this Blue Yeti uh from layaway 2020, and I just decided that I didn't want to unpackage it for whatever reason. um, like in between then and like when I finally did in what was that, March, April, whenever I did the first Pokemon Snap stream over here on YouTube, that's when I first started using this Yeti. So yeah, definitely one big upgrade was this mic. Um and then a more recent change is this webcam. I think this might actually be my first time using this webcam with something on YouTube? It just might be. I'm not quite sure actually. Because I know that I used this webcam once before when I was doing a reaction stream, like just kind of off, not stream, a reaction video, just kind of a personal one when I've been reacting to where's the source? Uh, when I was doing this, when I was reacting to Rascal's Not Dreaming Bunny Girl Senpai, so I had the tab there, and like I had my stuff there, my stuff being the browser, and that's how I had the video at. So like I've had it for that long, so I want to say August, October. I want to say October is when I did like the last thing of that. But rambling already. Um, to formally say this to you guys, hello everybody. My name is Darsheen, aka Yoshean96, aka RhettMaster96 to what people have known me from here on YouTube. But yes, not the first time that you guys have seen my face, I'm sure, whether you're here from my YouTube side of things or my Twitch side of things. It's just good to be here. We are in the last few hours of 2021. If you're in the UK or like the eastern part of the world, you're already in 2022. You're time travelers. I noticed like a notable person was Versatile, who is already who's already mentioned like, "Ayo, we in the future," and I can already tell you, nuclear explosions. Don't you believe that? It's not it's not happening. It's not the end. It's not the end of the world. No, it is not. Um, Currently for Eastern time, boys, it is 8:43 p.m. and to my Pacific timers, it is 5:43. Central timers, 7:43, all those time zones in their respective places. But welcome, regardless, to my 2021 reflection. Um, like I kind of said in the Discord server announcement, if anyone even saw that, this year kind of felt like nothing super notable happened, but at the same time, a good bit did happen. I'll go on. Well, for sure, this wasn't quite as big of a year for me as last year was, um, because last year was just a lot in terms of me just doing more as an adult. Like got my I bought my first car and God, what other things? Um, I made notes that I found from last year. Um, well, I hit 3 years at my current job, so that was a big milestone as an adult. No, 2 years. It was 2.5 years by the end of last year. It's 3 years now. Video was lagging. Oh no. Yeah, I noticed that for a bit, but I think it's okay now. I'm gonna adjust my settings just in case. My bit rate I'll put down to like 1,000 because I had it at 1250. Let's apply that. The resolution that I have it at is at 720. It's probably why it's probably struggling. Or it was. Okay. As long as it's good now. Yeah, three biggest things from last year were that I bought my first car, um, made sure of having secure home, and hitting uh I'm hitting more than 2 years at a full-time a job. So, and then this year is more than 3 years because it come March next year it'll be my 4 years of being at my current job at the Walmart. So, and yeah, this is the most festive hat that I own. So this is what we're getting for for our uh for our holiday, bringing in the new year, the Happy New Year video. Hey, Grenade Man, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Thanks for dropping by. It's always good that I see your name come through to the stream. It's always good to see any familiar name to the like in my chat. But I can seem to usually count on Grenade Man and count on you and Casey for like being consistent peeps. So I appreciate y'all. Viper as well, but he's usually the busy boy. Casey says 3 years. That beats my record of 1.5. Bruh, Casey, don't do this to yourself. But thank you. Thank you all the same. Yeah, that's one thing to be one other thing to be grateful for. Just still being consistent with work. I've learned a a a better way of managing finances. I essentially do what I think certain finance apps would like do is like whenever you would have like a certain like a fancy uh thing set up for like savings account, or like if you get a certain amount like deposited, or if you like every transaction you do it takes a certain percent. I basically manually do that myself in my banking in the banking app that I use. So like every transaction, I do like a percent into a piggy bank in the app, and then I'll and then every time I get paid, I put like a bigger dump into that piggy bank, and then I move some stuff um over to my checking that's linked to my savings, and then I put stuff in there, and then I do percentages of transactions over in a different card. um and so I gradually put stuff into like a savings that actually has an an APR, and I hope um to see steady growth from that. So like that's like something that I'm happy that I've been able to better manage this year. I I, I first created a budget, like an actual like notes thing in my phone for like a budget to really like block out all of my bills and stuff. Um, as far back as like 2019, maybe 18. 18 sounds good because like 18 was like a year I was like really on stuff. But 2019, so anywhere between 18 and 19, I first made that on my previous phone, and then I've just kind of just been adapting that into like whenever I changed phone, um, uh, like whenever I changed phones again, because I was Team Android back then, and then now I'm Team Apple again, because January this year I migrated and got myself an iPhone, an iPhone 12, which making payments on that because it's not a cheap phone whatsoever. But it's being managed. Let me catch up in chat. Grenade Man saying, welcome, just enjoy my last 2 days till my vacation's over. Oh, nice. And Armenia is here. Hi. And happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you, Armenia. Thank you for coming through to the stream. You know what? It's kind of quiet in the background. I should have some music playing. We're going to repeat from last year and play some goated Sonic Adventure 2 um event last scene music. So I'm gonna start it and hopefully it doesn't mix too loudly. I'm gonna turn it down in my ear. Like I'm turning it down in my my right ear, and then I'm gonna manage it in my Bluetooth because I'm listening to my stream kind of in the other ear. So we'll see how this sounds. If I need to turn it up, let me know, but I hopefully not, because listening back to my reflection stream from last year, the sound actually overpowered me quite a lot after a while, and it bothered me. So I'm hoping to have it be more balanced this time around. So please let me know how this sounds in the background now. And I appreciate whoever gave me that like a few minutes ago as well. Thank you, thank you. Man, I love these tracks, dude. Alright. Grenade Man says so far so good. Cool, cool. It does seem a bit low. Oh, thank you for another like. What about like how is this? If I were to, well, that is the highest it is in the video itself. If I was gonna like raise the source up just a tad, make it 25.7, then I think I'll consider it to be good. All right, so like now, how does it sound? Hopefully, it's perfect and balanced as things should be. RhettMaster96 says, I remember the true final boss on Adventure 2 was pretty annoying my first time around. Was it really? Because the true final boss was the original um ultimate life was the original ultimate life form, like that big monster thing, that big golem type monster. Not to get too far off track, but I'm just trying to remember the boss because it's actually been quite some time since I've actually played Adventure 2. We gotta fix that next year. One of the things next year. Oh boy. Sorry for the bits of silence, just going back and forth between OBS and then the thing just to make sure things are good. My mouse has suddenly stopped. Oh no. That's never a good sign. You know what? Just use the connected keyboard I have instead. That's fine. Alright, cool. So, where did I leave off at? I think the last thing I was talking about was, I think it was working, and then it was, the fact that I got this iPhone, this newer phone. Nothing really notable with this phone. I mean, definitely worthy of being, you know, a top of the line phone. But I've had an issue. I'm not really sure if others have had. Like, in every once in a while, my sound will just completely not work, and like, you see how like you see how there's a thing now, right? There's, oh god, you can see my ring light in my webcam, but the meter, or like this here, I'm able to adjust this, but every so often, because like that's the volume, that's like my Bluetooth, that's right here. No, wait, actually no. Well, this is the Bluetooth that's connected to, not, oh, my other Bluetooth on my bed, but because the Bluetooth with my ear is actually connected to my tablet, but I forgot I had my Bluetooth not in this case. But still, the point stands, the little slider for volume, you're able to adjust it normally, but every so often my volume will just not work, and it'll show up as just being a clean white bar, or like it'll just be this, like it'll just be, hold on, will my lighting autocorrect? It's not gonna work correctly, it's not. But basically, like this bar will just kind of be there, and then I can't adjust it, and then the sound just does not work. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's so frustrating, and it's just nothing I can do for like a solid like 15-20 minutes until it just kind of fixes itself. I've troubleshot it, and like everything I would think it would be, I don't really know what causes it, but I don't know if it's just an iOS thing, if it's just a thing I had with my specific model. Completely not work, Yoshean at 2021. Yes. Let's get some quotes. Grenade Man says, with the stress of losing rings while you're on a time limit to kill it adds pressure. No, you're talking about when they're both in their super forms, the true final boss. What am I talking about? I'm just talking about just one of the bosses in the last story. Yeah, we're talking about the big bio lizard in the end, right? When we're in space, when we're rocking out to live and learn. That's the true final boss. But yeah, that's just one gripe I've had, like one gripe with my iPhone 12. Otherwise, top tier phone, easy. But I've realized I just kind of come to prefer Android. So I think I am gonna go back to. Uh, Android once I finish paying this bad boy off in the next year or so. Because the one thing with it not being able to natively connect to your computer to like move all of your pictures and videos just off the bat, aggravating. But I connected my phone to the computer the other day, and it seems like it might, because but it separates into like a few dozen folders, and it just kind of overcomplicates the process again. So like yeah, Android just kind of seems like the better in terms of just connectivity between devices, because you have to go through like iTunes and other things where Apple stuff. This isn't a me bashing Apple video. It's not what this is meant to be at all. But I'm just giving my honest opinion, because even some things with interfaces, like I can continue playing YouTube videos in the corner on Android stuff. And in case it was a Samsung, I'll be better than Apple. I still have my other my Galaxy that I had from Jesus, mouse keeps dying, because this is the Galaxy that I had probably from the very end of 2018 to the end of 2020. I had this guy here, and this has been a pretty good phone as well until it started restarting itself like very rarely, and that was messing up stuff with that was starting to mess up stuff when I was still using my phone to stream. So you know, fun times. But yeah, like I gotten spoiled about certain Android things, like being able to play YouTube in the corner of it, like having a video play in the corner, without having to subscribe to YouTube. What is it? YouTube Red, to have that feature on anything else. So yeah, Android. This is essentially a small tablet now, because there's no service on this. My iPhone is my main phone, but I do plans to go back to the Android at some point. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That was like one of the notable things from. Actually, there was a lot in January, because January this year was because I started writing just a lot of things, like I was blocking out my 20, January 2021 for a good bit. Let me yeah, if we go to agenda, what are some things here that are good to talk about on stream? Let's see. Uh, January was when Nintendo bought Next Level Games. That's pretty big in the gaming world. Um, Scott DeWaz made a singing compilation, I think. Is what I have anyway. So that's always good. Scott DeWaz actually does not have that bad of a singing voice. He does more of a talk sing than a true singing voice. He kind of does like a little bit of actual singing in like the more recent things, like in the more recent like holiday themed things, which is which is cool. But otherwise otherwise, yeah, like his content is just what people come there for. The singing is just the icing on the cake. Who says what's up? Waka, what's up? I'm getting I'm getting a good bit of people that came through last year. What's up? Thank y'all for coming through to the stream. We've been talking about everything and nothing so far. Glad you could make it. What else did I have in January? I went back to reading fan fiction stuff after years of not doing so, because I'm not sure if it's a little known fact or not, but I was in fact a fan fiction writer back in my time, back in the days where I was but a 14-year-old hopeless romantic, and here I am now 11 years later, a 25-year-old hopeless romantic. So not much changed with that. Oh, excuse me. I started burning. So yeah, like back in 2011 was when I was big into Back at the Barnyard and Barnyard and the Alpha and Omega movie. I started writing fan fictions for those two movies slash series, and I channeled a lot of the the romancy, uh, mushiness that I kind of like thought up ideas of and uh made fanfics. They're still in limbo. I got the farthest in the Alpha and Omega story because I got into like the fourth chapter, and then the Barnyard one got into the third chapter because the Barnyard one was actually like I was gonna have the plot based on Clifford's really big movie, having a whole carnival, like being in the carnival thing aesthetic. For some reason, my bit rate got very low. Stream started lagging. And Walker says, "Yeah, been a while indeed, dude." Casey said, "Did you make your own Sonichu comics?" No, I did not. No, I did not. I did not draw any of these things. And Grenade Man says, "Man, I'm already married to my work." Yeah, Grenade Man, I hear that one. I do hear that one. But the hopeless romantic thing kind of made its gradual evolution from way back then into this year, where over my over like the vacation that I took um back in July, like from like the week off I took from work, instead of it's like being big and celebrating my birthday, doing a lot of streams and stuff, I fell down the rabbit hole of watching a bunch of rom-com anime. And I mean, I've always liked the rom-com genre. I've long time been a sucker for a good romance story. Uh, Double points if if it's just got some just cute mushy moments. But it was this year where I just kind of just fully dived into it as far as watching a bunch of different anime. Because the very first anime that I've watched like years ago that was this genre was called Please Teacher. And I vaguely remember it being an anime where it's this woman who she's technically an alien, and she I think it's I think it's I think it's like she's what, 16, 17. He's an older student, and she becomes a teacher, but she's like really young, probably my age or younger, and and somehow their lives become intertwined, and that's where the plot kind of becomes a thing. And I remember getting like super invested into it, and like that was like the first time that I felt like something really like emotional feels with anime. Because the only other anime I've really watched besides this that like at that point was probably Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. And like there's not really romance in Pokemon. Ash is a very dense boy. So he don't understand that as much as if, even with Serena, who would have been the most likely candidate to actually be with Ash, but he's 10, 11. That's not really a forefront of the anime anyway. The forefront of it is to show the bonds between Pokemon and human. But to not get off topic too far off the path. This year was when I really started watching a bunch of different anime in that genre. Like I don't think I rewatched Rent. No, I didn't rewatch Rent a Girlfriend yet. Note the yet, but I did watch 20 Kawa Over the Moon for You, um Osamaki Where the Childhood Friend Always Wins, uh Quintessential Quintuplets, which was my favorite one out of this list that I will say. Um what else was there? There were more. I can't think of them. There was oh, Higehiro. Um what's the full title? Higehiro. Um I got dumped, and after getting dumped, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. I think that's it. It's something like that. And I guess you could argue that that one's not really a romance anime um because the protagonist remains a Chad and does not act on the younger female main character's advances, because you know, as the title implies, high school runaway. Because the dude is like my age, actually, well, 26, but my age, basically. But there were definitely romance elements there. Well, there were romance elements because he actually had it, because he's actually got it bad for his senpai at work. I think is what it was, like his boss at work, something like that. And then it turns out a different coworker actually likes him, so it's like it's a whole thing. So yeah, that one's definitely a rom com. I can we can add that one in there. What does this stream become? We're just quick reviewing the romance anime. But that's what my summer, or like that's what that week was, at least. Instead of, you know, being like, hey yo, we streamed a bunch of games for the birthday week. Nah, we gonna enjoy some anime. One other anime I watched that I don't, that's probably, it's got romance elements in it, but was probably more considered to be a comedy of anything, was what is, I forget the first part of the title, but it's bottom tier player Tomozaki. Tomozaki, bottom tier bottom tier character. I know that it was an anime with the main character. He's a dude. A a top ranking TAC fam player. You know, anime safe Smash Bros. and and to get better at socializing and whatnot, he enlists the help of one of the, like, most like one of the more popular girls of the school, and then and then that's how their friendship begins. And then God is kind of slowly starts to have um options in terms of romance. So like it became a romance anime in a sense. I feel like I'm like leaving out at least one or two romance anime that I watched, but I can't remember the name of at the moment. But I'll get back to you on that maybe. But that's, I mean, that's a notable thing that I did. I at least got into this year. But turning 25 this year is pretty big. This Here's where we get into like actual reflections, kind of, and like where we like turning 25 this year, and turn 25 with Pokemon actually for as well. My 25th anniversary, one of my favorite gaming series and just media franchises of all time, and my 25th year of life. It's a privilege to share that with Pokemon. But turning 25 really makes you think about the things that they got those assignments when you're back in high school, like when you're like, the 14, 15, and they're like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I know I put something like, I hope to be working in my field, or like this was when I still had my sprite animation was fresh, and I'm like, I hope to get to like X point in my sprite series to have like episode 3 or be done with season 1 of it. And looking at things now, I'm just like, yeah, that did not happen. It yeah, that fell off hard. Grenade Man says, speaking of anime, I heard from a Palamon that they have a new anime store in the Northwood Mall. Ooh, really? I need to go back. I need to go back to the to your side of the state and go to that mall again. Well, our state. I feel like I said your state. In case also on the topic of anime, where is One Punch Man season 3? That's a good question. An anime I still have yet to get into actually. One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. I need to get into all those. I really, really do, because especially those last two, they're popping off. Demon Slayer, which I think its newest season actually just started running, and then My Hero Academia. I just have been hearing so many good things about it, and I really need to get into that. I don't know how I haven't to this point. But yeah, turning 25, it's a it's it's a bittersweet age. Not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because it's I've hit an age now that um I really feel like I, in a way, am running out of time to do what will be considered um like really recognizable. What's the word I'm looking for? Cause like there's there's the talk up that you get from um from respected like teachers and like and adults that become like family friends and just people that you admire, and they show that admiration to you. So of course, if you're like a good student and you show all this promise, you have all this like you have all this potential in the world. They see everything in you, and then you come to a point, and it's just like, I am not doing everything I've wanted to, and that has not hit harder than it has this year. When I turned 25 in July. I wasn't thinking of it like when I was watching the anime. Of course, I was just chilling. I'm like, yo, we got a vacation from work. We vibing. But when I really just took some time to recollect and think about things from a decade ago, or even 5 years ago, because next year it'll be 5 years since I've been done with Trident Tech with college, and I get the question of, are you going to continue school? And I've answered it, and the answer that I keep giving is that thinking about it. I've gotten out of I've phased out of being able to use financial aid, so like I'd have to pay a lot more out of pocket if I were to go back. If I were to go back, I would definitely go back to Trident Tech. I would pursue film editing, because I got more interested into that side of the media arts over animation, because I feel like that's just more where my day-to-day interests were. Maybe even broadcasting. That could be an option as well. Your name says, all I can say is when you do be on guard, I heard that it's gotten dangerous at the mall lately. Yeah, I think I've heard that as well. Yeah, thank you for the heads up about that. Is there a is there an echo in me talking, by the way? I feel like I feel like me having the sound up as loud as I did in my ear, it was picking up in the microphone, and it was giving some it was giving some delayed echo. I only really had it up as high as I did, just so I could hear like the music mixing. But it's already been established that the music sounds fine, so I think I can relax on that phone. I can turn the volume like down. You don't hear it? Okay, good. Well, just in case it was there. But with the point I'm making with being 25, I hope like I hope you guys understand like where I'm coming from with this. Like I've been preaching about things for years about stuff coming to the channel, right? And one of my biggest one of my biggest demons is procrastination. Starting this stream is a shining example of that. This was supposed to be up since 8, and we started at 8:39, give or take. So yeah, we're not good at this. We're just not good at time management. As good as I'm slowly becoming with money management, time management I've just struggled with for the longest of times. I just get distracted super easily, and I haven't been blocking things out as good as I've needed to for years. And I've had series fall out, like just kind of fall completely off the face of the earth, and have not come back to the channel for a while. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, I have not done another part of that since 2019, and next year will be 3 years since then. Other things were my Prepare for Super Mario Odyssey series, where I was playing through all the 3D Marios to lead into Odyssey. That died in 2018. I made posts talking about constantly with the proposal of reviving it, but it never came to be. It still has yet to come to become a thing. The closest we've gotten to that was when I played 3D All Stars the other day on that TV over there in my Switch. Actually, yeah, better way to see a bigger scope of my room. Like my TV is mounted up there. I'm usually turned around in this very chair, and that's where I'm like streaming. My laptop's usually on the bed over here, and that's how I stream the game and stuff. But yeah, the closest I got to that was streaming 3D All Stars as part of my 12 Days of Switchmas series, which that also technically is not finished yet, because we did day 11 on Christmas Day. We still have to do day 12, which was intended to be today, but because I didn't get here right at a good time I wanted to, and then when I got here, I took a while to get things together, and I ate something as well beforehand, so it was just a matter of things going against like the last minute plans I made for myself. So it's just me beating myself up, but for good reason, because a lot of what I've wanted to do, not even just those couple things, but just a lot, just in general, what I wanted to do, like learning Spanish in Duolingo, I've just kind of been like going over the same things over and over again, just so I can kind of keep a streak up. And even then, I've lost that streak numerous times. I think right now my streak is only at 4 days. I gotta actually do Duolingo today to make it 5 days. Let me not let that go. Become something that I procrastinate on. But it's just, I really want to know, what is a foolproof way to beat procrastination? Now, I know that the easiest answer is to just do something. to not think too much, and that's a problem I have. I think too much, and thinking too much about things makes time go by, and that time going by, nothing's getting done. So it's just kind of a, I haven't really been winning because I've just been dwelling on not succeeding is why I've been failing. Yo, that's actually deep. And I wouldn't even really consider it failing. It's just that I'm not meeting the potential that I know I have in myself. In case the track playing right now in the back is my absolute favorite track from any Sonic game. Definitely one of my favorites too. Grenade Man adds, yeah, that's one of my biggest weaknesses as well, procrastination, especially when it comes to my works alongside repetition. Side repetition is just one of the worst branches of procrastination that there can be. Where was I leading to at this point of just meeting my potential, just wanting to do as much as I want to, as much as I know that I can, if I were to just put myself to things. Sorry, I hit the mic. But yeah, that's one of my biggest hopes in 2022 is just to really find the biggest curb. And even if I don't completely beat procrastination, even if we show signs of beating it, we will I would consider that me doing better, because I have a lot that I want to do, and the last part of this year really helped me branch out to a few different things and like showcase more of what I've wanted this channel to be. I did in last month I sung the theme songs from the first 2 seasons of the Pokemon anime, and that was able to be a stream where I was able to showcase singing again. Otherwise, this my YouTube channel has just become mainly stuff for reactions. So like I've been keeping my reactions and discussions here on YouTube as well, barring the one that I did on Twitch to mesh together with Sonic Colors and 12 Days of Switchmas, where we reacted to the Sonic 2 trailer and Sonic Frontiers over on Twitch. So that was the exception of us having a reaction video over on a different area. Excuse me. Over on a different area. But yeah, reaction / discussion, singing, and we didn't really cover voice acting here on YouTube. This year at least. That was more like last year when I was playing different games, but more so on Twitch, where I played different games that allow me to utilize my voices, and that was in mainly Paper Mario Origami King, that was in Danganronpa, and a little bit in Octopath Traveler, but not quite as much. But I did things with voices, and for the most part, it got really good reception. Like, people seem to really respond to me doing voice stuff. Jay, of course, Hero Zone, he also was one that complimented like my voicing stuff in Danganronpa and Viper, and even you, Casey, with the voiceovers that we were doing, with him saying that we should actually like pursue things in voice acting. And that's something I thought about for a long time, because voice acting is something that I've loved from afar for so long. I had my hand at it when I was a kid 10 years ago, when I did my Super Mario Bros. Heroes of the Dub, my Super Mario Bros. Heroes of the Stars dub of the first episode. and me voicing like what, like 11 characters in that. um and I would consider like half of those to be like actual good voices that I was proud of. at at the time I was proud of all of them, but like looking back at them, I'm like, you know what, some of these voices weren't the best, but I would say that I liked the later part Bowser, Mario, Luigi, my Kami Koopa voice, my voice for Boshi. My Yoshi voice came out kind of cursed. I'm not really sure about that one. So yeah, 5. The Wario and my Luigi voices weren't bad, but they weren't great. Bowser Jr. was okay, but I only really liked him for like one line that I thought I did really well. So like from going from then to now, like I've still loved doing voices. I've loved doing voices for like reading for dialogue since I was a kid, like going even years before even attempting to do any sort of dubbing projects. Oh, Sus is here. Yo, probably not gonna stay long, but at least wanted to stop by and say hi. Happy New Year. Hi, Sus. Happy New Year to you. Well, you know, happy almost New Year, because not quite there yet. This ain't like last year where like I started the stream like right around midnight and then it became it became New Year's as we were talking. Because right now for me it's 9:30, which I was talking with my dad before I started the stream, and I was even debating, should I still go to this watch night service, considering that we would be there past like midnight, probably close to 1 a.m. and I have to get up at 5 a.m. because I have work in the morning at 7 on New Year's Day. So I mean, it's a blessing to have work. I'm not complaining, but I'm saying, man, New Year's Day, I gotta go right back. So like it'd be rough if I was to go to this thing and have to get back here and then settle back down and then go to sleep and then get back up. So I don't know. I might just hang with y'all, honestly, be on the stream for longer. I don't know, dude. Then grenade man in case it is addressing Sus. Alright, Sus says, looking back and being unimpressed with one's past work is a reflection of improvement. Oh, so you've been listening for a bit. You just kind of came in to talk. Looking back and being unimpressed with one's past work is a reflection of improvement. That's a very philosophical quote. I like that a lot. I thank you for that. It's a reflection of improvement. I can say this time and time again. But I was saying last year how I wanted 2021 to really be a year that I did a lot in terms of content, bring a lot of new things to the surface. In a way I did, but I feel like I did more last year in terms of content. I did more variety this year, like clutched in the last couple weeks with my 12-day series. But in terms of just covering more ground in general, I think last year beats this year, if I'm being really honest. Because we did a lot of tournament runs last year. Like we were in like 2 or 3 tournaments a month at least. We were running weekly things. Like we were helping stream other people's tournaments, tech those, smack weekly. We were out there on the grind. We were out here. And then 2021, I did do a fair share of tournament runs this year too. More so in the first half of the year, because I probably did maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 3 tournaments a month in the first half, and then it started dying in July, where I did maybe like 1, or I did 1, maybe 2. Then I did like 1 in August, and then it kind of became where I was doing nothing but like streaming my tournament, and then I was only playing in our cruise tournaments when we had the in-house tournaments, and that because we had the first one of that in July. It was July or August where those started, and then like that was like the one consistent tournament that I played in among CSW. And then like every once in a while I played in the occasional other thing. I played in I tried again to play in Hungry Box's tournament, Juice Box. And I felt like I was doing okay in one set, but then I got DQ'd because of a whole loading picture thing gone wrong. It took too long. My data acted up on me in the wrong moment, and we just kind of got DQ'd. And it was unfortunate, but fair when we're going by the rules. This thing just kind of casually went into the next song. I didn't even realize it. We're 13 minutes into the last scene loop track. Okay, Renee says, "Too bad New Year's Day wasn't this Monday coming up. I would have enjoyed that day off." Oh yeah. Casey's alright. I'm a dip. You guys have a good night. Good night, Casey. Has a good one. Thank you for coming to hang out to the stream. Appreciate you being one of the homies. But yeah, like comparing the last year to this year in terms of just doing things, because I even did a stream where like I had the anniversary of the channel and talked about my channel's inspiration and like talked about my sprite animation and stuff. And I actually did another stream for my sprite series animation where we went and reacted to my sprite series and did like a live analysis. It was very scuffed, but it was still an effort that I put in to talk about something like my that was a really big passion project for my youth. Well, for my childhood, I should say. I'm still in my youth, but like we did just in my opinion just a little bit more to be varietized in like kinds of content last year, but we still did do a good bit this year. I'm happy with this year. One notable thing for this year, though, that I'm really proud of, Twitch. We made the move, boys. I talked about in 2020 that I was like, we might move to Twitch for as our main basis of game streaming, and by God, we did it in May. And in my standards, we popped off, because I started off with having like maybe 20 to 30 something followers, right? And which was impressive enough in its own right that I had that many followers with not even having any streams there, except for like one test stream of Smash Flash 2, and my man Dub was there, just kind of being there because it was more or less a test stream, but that was the only thing we had on Twitch for the longest of times. And then in May is when I started. I think the first. I can't think of what the first stream was. I'm not sure if it was just a general Smash stream, or I think that's where we first started doing Yoshean monthly over there for the first time in May. And the numbers started to grow, and from May and then to this point right now, last I checked, I have 202 followers on Twitch. That's a big jump. That's like over 150 followers in a year. That's exciting to me. It really is. So last year was like the big jump in subscribers from about 400-ish to 650. And this year was the big jump on Twitch from 30 followers to 200 followers. So that is a W. We take those. That is a big accomplishment in my eyes. I thank y'all for supporting me on both of these platforms. YouTube kind of took a big back burner this year in favor of Twitch because I was on that more so for gaming. I only mainly did gaming kinds of streams this year, minus the reaction streams that kind of came quarterly this year with the Nintendo Directs. Nintendo Directs made a comeback this year, big time. We reacted to all of those this year. Nintendo Directs and Smash Directs, character showcases and things like that. The Sonic Central that was there. The Pokemon Presents that gave us new Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Unite. That was a big deal this year. We like everything that was notable that was like something that people reacted to, minus the Game Awards. I didn't react to the Game Awards this year, but we reacted to what everybody cared about from the Game Awards, being the Sonic trailers, and we did that on Twitch. And thank you for that, Sus. Saying ain't no problem. It's fun to show up to your streams. I appreciate you, for real, for real. Big thanks for that. It's fun to stream. I always hate when I can't stream. Like, I hate when I know that I'm going to be too tired to stream. Or like when I get when the thought comes to mind and it's like, man, I intended to stream today and I didn't, and it would be I either made an announcement ping or like I didn't make an announcement, and then that's marinating in my mind for like most of the day that like I want to stream, I want to stream, I want to stream, I want to stream, I want to stream. Like I intend to stream, and then I just kind of talk myself out of it because either a lack of motivation or just tiredness really kicked in. But most of the motivation thing, or just kind of my mind just talking myself out of it. And I don't like that happened this year, because that happened more times than I wanted it to, really. Even with 12 days of Switchmas, because there were little breaks in between two, like there were two instances, a big third one now, where I had to make up a day the next day or so because of the fact that it was that I just wasn't really feeling it. That was going to be a tough challenge regardless. Doing like streaming 12 days straight, I knew that was going to be a big undertaking before I even did it. But the point was I tried, and even though I didn't do it all 12 days in a row, I still had to make up the 12th day, the 12 different game. I can say that I tried, and that the series still did pretty good. Like the series, like the intention I was going for, it succeeded. I played different games I hadn't played, and I've wanted to, and the series did what it set out to do. I wanted to really go into my Switch collection and really give spotlights to games that I talked about it I wanted to play for quite some time and just didn't, or things that I just probably wouldn't have played otherwise. And out of that we got gameplays of games like Danganronpa. Who would think I would be playing a murder mystery high school game? I don't know, but we did it. or at least the prologue, and I thoroughly enjoyed that session with Viper and Casey, and we're going to be making that a full-on series, being one of the first that I'm going to cover in 2022. So we got that out of it. We got Jump Force. I have talked about, like, we had a whole little thing about anime a little earlier in the stream, but I am a big fan of anime. I've started to like look at different things, and I'm showing interest in other anime. So I was interested in Jump Force when it first came out on other systems, and I got it on my Switch, the deluxe version, when I think that did come out this year. And I was curious to play it, but I just never like made the time to do it. And I was like, what better time? It was a suggestion by 20XX, but we took the suggestion, we played it, and we enjoyed it. And it's not really big priority as some other games that I want to do, but it is something on my radar now, and it probably wouldn't have been if I hadn't tried my 12 Days of Switchmas series. Grenade, I'm sorry I didn't read your comment right away. I've seen a couple of your Twitch streams through Discord. They seem pretty well. I still hope to see you live stream on YouTube, but if it's strictly Twitch, I respect your decision. See, with that, what I do want to look into, I started looking at this year and I just didn't follow through with it. But a program or a website thing that's a restream, I'd be able to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So I could probably look into that. And then Sus says, I'm probably gonna hop out about now. Alright, Sus. You did say that you weren't gonna be able to be here for a long time, but I appreciate you for being here as long as you have been. But yeah, like using things like Restream, because I know an online friend of mine who does that, who streams darn near daily. Actually, I've mentioned him on the channel before. Travis, Young Feet God 69. If you have heard that name before or seen that name before on Twitch, really cool, chill guy. I don't talk with him nearly enough. I've been, for some reason, avoiding his streams like the plague. No real reason, just that me with going on people's streams, and if I'm looking and I want to interact, and then when I'm acknowledged, and then when I build that interaction and I'm talking with them throughout, I would feel guilty if I'm not there for a long time. So like I usually decide to just not go to a stream, or if I do, just not really engage, to not feel like I need to obligate myself there for a long time. It's dumb. It's totally my own decision for how long I need to watch a stream, or if I want to engage or not, or like how long I stay. But it's just it's just that sometimes I just don't feel like interacting. So going an extra mile, I just don't watch at all with the fear of like of talking in chat, and then they're like, oh hey yo, what's good? And I'm just like, hey yo, what's good? And then if I just immediately dip, I feel bad because I want to try to give as much time as I can. I don't know. That makes sense to somebody. It barely makes sense to me. I mean, it does, but just it should be good to go to a stream and support other people's streams and stuff, and even if you're just there for like 2 minutes, literally. That's a resolution of mine. I'm gonna go on people's streams, starting with Young Feet, starting with Travis's streams, and I'm gonna not talk every like 6 months on his stream, because like I just kind of show up and be active and talk with them and be vibing for a stream, and then leave, and then just not really show back up again for the better part of a year. And that makes me feel even worse than just talking and then just not talking at all. The fact that I was like there for one stream and then it does not show up for like a long time. I'm sure many streamers probably don't care as much as I'm putting the thought into it. I overthink things a lot. We've established this. I'm an overthinker to a fault. That's where a lot of my procrastination comes from. But the TLDR thing of that is that my thought process is that I feel like it's me being too much of an effort to talk in a stream and interact, because because I would be thinking like I don't really feel like talking in like chat. But what I could do is just go to the stream and lurk, and then just enjoy it anyway. And then if I get the feeling that I want to talk, then I'll eventually be like, "Yo, hi, what's good? It's been ages. How are you?" So that's one thing I'm gonna work on for next year uh is to not be selfish and to not think of it being a burden to want to interact with people in their stream chats, because that's me being a hypocrite. Because if I'm streaming and then like I notice that there's viewers, like how I'm looking at my concurrent viewers of 4, and then I notice that there's like mainly been 2 constant talkers at a time, maybe like 3 here and there, and I would want people to talk. I would want people to reach out if they would want to. But if I'm saying the exact thing of like I don't want to really reach out because I feel like it's too much of an effort, and I feel like it's an obligation to want to stay for longer once I'm acknowledged, because I would feel guilty about just being there for like, hey, and like, okay, bye. Or just talking and then just not saying anything again. Then that's just me becoming the thing I hate most. No, I'm joking. That's just me becoming something I've talked against. And I don't want that. So I'm gonna reevaluate that. I'm gonna not make it feel like it's a burden, because I was trying to make it seem like it's a justifiable burden, because like I was like, well, I don't want to just go on and just immediately dip because I'll feel bad. So like I just won't go at all, and then just let it be. But it's always better to at least say hi to somebody, to at least say hi to a streamer, because I love when people just feel the need, just feel the want to just say hi, even if I don't see them in the stream at all again in the chat after saying hi. Just them greeting me, it's nice. I like that. So I can only think that other streamers like that. Otherwise, they really wouldn't be on the platform sharing their gaming with the world. They would just kind of be playing games to themselves off camera. So yeah, this has been very like off the wall, very like not focused on one thing, but I feel like I'm getting points across. Hopefully you guys think I'm making some sense at the very least. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at like notes that I did kind of have, even if they were very few. So that's oh, how have I not talked about this yet? The biggest change between last year and this year is that even though COVID is still very much prevalent in the world, it's showing signs of becoming manageable. And I am so excited for just next year and beyond, because the biggest thing I was looking forward to last year was just being able to interact with people again, to be able to be with my friends face to face and hang out. And my God, did I do that this year, and it felt so amazing. This year I was able to be there for like all of the steps of one of my good friends, well, 2 of my good friends, I would say, get married. And it was, and that's such a blessing, because the because this couple that's gotten married, they've been together for as long as I can remember. I want to say at least 5 or 6 years even beforehand, and they had a like the first like big the time that I went to something without uh without having to wear a mask was their was like they had a wedding shower event where they sent out invitations for people to come, and it was like the theme of it was like Taco about love or something like that, and it encouraged people to come and bring gifts, or well, gifts were, oh yeah. It encouraged people to bring gifts, and it was just like a hangout thing. We were thinking we were thinking it was going to be like sort of like a semi-formal indoor function, but no, it's very very casual. I came probably what would be considered slightly overdressed, because like I came with like just kind of like a casual shirt, and then like more like kind of dress pants, and then like sneakers. I had my dress shoes on. So like I was expecting something a lot more like something formal-ish. But no, it was something, it was just kind of it was in it was in a big backyard, and the food was prepared in a like in a smaller building that was in the backyard, attached to the owner's part of the owner's property, and the food was in there, and then they had like the benches underneath like this tent, and we were all just out there. And at first I rolled up with my mask on, but um but the my first couple of friends to greet me, they were like, yo, why you had the mask on, we're outside. And I was like, it's a good point actually. And I pulled it down because like I was wearing a guider mask, like a mask that I usually am wearing, because it's just easy to manage with just pulling it down and pulling it back up when I need to. But I pulled it down and kept it down for the rest of the event, and it was just so freeing. Oh my god, such a breath of fresh air, literally. Able to just interact with people without having to try to try to guess what they were saying sometimes, because you couldn't quite hear them, but you couldn't read their lips either because of the mask. But the masks are down, and we're just having talks and catching up with people, some classmates that I hadn't seen since graduation, with teachers that I had from grade school, and just catching up with friends, including the and of course including the couple who were going to be married. And that was the first big thing that I went to, that it was just freeing, that we didn't have to have masks on, and it was just such relief. It was the first signs of COVID not controlling this enjoyment of just being happy. And that's one of the three things related to these friends. The second thing was the fact that I was able to go to my friend's bachelor party, which was essentially a weekend of us and the other guys in our main our main friend group from school. We spent the weekend at the best man's house, and it was just like old times. We went to his house, and the featured games were Smash, of course, Smash Ultimate, and surprisingly enough, Mario Golf. the new Mario Golf, Super Rush. That was a lot more popular than I thought it was gonna be. But here we were. Our main games that were played were Ultimate and Mario Golf Super Rush. Um, and yeah, we were here. We were at uh we were at the friend's house celebrating celebrating our mutual friend tying the knot, and it's just great. No mask. We're all just hanging out, just around. We have food. We're snacking. We're chilling, catching up, and there were even like activities throughout the weekend, and and one of the friends, he was keeping like track of like points on this like Google, like on like this Google Docs sheet and stuff. We played different things. Um, it was it was my first time trying a couple, well, one, no, like trying, I'm trying a couple of different like drinking games without the drinking. Like I played like the beer pong, but drank water. Um, and then it was a game where it was like you had to like take a swig of like drink really fast and like flip the cup and make sure it landed on its like head, something like that. Like it was fun. And then if y'all ever heard of, and then if y'all know the game Ninja, where it's essentially like this, it's a turn based like a body game where like you stand in a circle first, and then whenever it comes to your turn, you have to do like one like movement, and then you have to stay in that movement until it'll stay in that pose until it becomes your turn again, and then kind of have to just kind of gradually become. And it was my first time playing. I'm trying to think if I did play it before when we were in high school. I feel like I did once, but it was my first time playing it like for like full on in sessions with them, and it was mad fun. Like I actually was more agile than I thought I was, because I wish this was recorded. Like one of the movements I did was so clean. Like um it was it came down to me and one other person. I think I actually won that game, by the way. Um and it was where like it was me and him in front of each other. I think I think it was actually I think it was actually our friend who was, going to be the groom. Um but it was me and him in like face to face and kind of like a standoff. And I did like a pose where I was like this, where I like I was crouching down like this, and they weren't really expecting me to just do a pose like just right in front of, but just only crouching. So they did something like they tried to get me where I thought it would be an easy motion, but I somehow dodged it. And then um like, because you are able to like dodge when they're trying to hit you. And when it came my turn again, I did a slide between his legs and came back up and positioned myself behind them. I was like, in the moment, I didn't like in the moment it was a mixture of me thinking about it, but I was also like, we still in this. We still in this, let's go. But in hindsight, I was like, hey yo, that was clean. I slid through this man's legs. I was a ninja for real. That was so cool. So that was definitely a highlight of that weekend. And just a moment like that. Just moments that I had with my friends, with having games like that. It was just so nice. And then of course, the third part of this three like the the third part of this three, what am I saying? The final part of this three-part thing with these same group of friends and the bride was, of course, the wedding. Beautiful, beautiful ceremony. It was great seeing two friends of mine that I knew were just right for each other, tying the knot. It was just so sweet to see. And then the reception, it was also a maskless affair. And I did something that I had never really done too much at like gatherings like these, when there was a dance number on the floor and it was like one of those like party dances. I'm pretty sure it was the cubic shuffle. I got up and I was like, you know what? Why not? And I got up and danced. It was fun. So so this was also part of the summer. It was before I, became a degenerate and just no. It was it was before I went on a whole romance anime watching marathon. But like all of that was just part of like my favorite part of the year just was the summer. Easy. It was all of that. And like at the reception I was able to talk with with my with my tennis instructor again, and then my high school tennis coach, and other and other classmates and classmates' parents that I hadn't seen in a long time. It was just really, really nice. So, in a world where COVID is still very, very scary, it was just such welcome change to actually be able to go to certain things and just for those little bits of time not have to worry about it. I love that. I love that there's just a bit of change in the right direction that we've seen this year. Cuz the only reason I even felt safe enough to go to any of these things was because by that because even by that point I was fully vaccinated. I had gotten both of the shots of Pfizer by then. So I was feeling like I had just, a little bit more of that of security in terms of being able to fight the virus. But obviously it's not a foolproof way to not contract it, because you can still get COVID even if you have been vaccinated, which is, still scary. But I've gotten both shots of that, and I've gotten the booster shot, and I got a flu shot. So like I feel just extra protected. I don't know why I did extra. I don't know why I was all motion, but I feel super just I feel as safe as I can be to protect myself against this virus, and to just be able to slowly go back to things, slowly but surely, because other things that I've because otherwise, besides going to those places with those friends, celebrating the love of our friends, the bride and groom, I went to the movies again this year with my parents for two different times. The first time was to see the new Clifford movie, Clifford the Big Red Dog 2021, with the big CGI Clifford. And more recently, the Sunday past, actually, we went to go see Sing 2 in theaters and enjoyed that one as well. So being able to go to a movie theater again this year was, uh, again, I can't really think of different words, but just such a welcome change. It was just such a blessing to be able to go to the movies again. Excuse me. Excuse me, because we went in with, like, we going with the mask to the concession and stuff, but because you have snacks and stuff while you're watching the movie, pull the mask down, and and just for that hour and a half or 2 hours or however long the movie is, it feels just just a little bit more normal in that span of time. We're there for something that we've paid for as entertainment, watching this movie, just not really worrying about the world around us for that time, and just enjoying the movie. And both times that we went to the movies, we we enjoyed ourselves. It's it helps that the theater we went to is one that's not really that's not usually hugely populated by a lot of people. So like both times we went, the auditorium really, it had maybe like a handful of people in there to both movies that we went to see. So that helped in terms of like easing us back into doing things like that. I'm setting up, or I might be going to see the new Spider-Man movie with some friends, Jay being one of them, the coming Sunday. So if that plan comes to get fully comes together, then it'd be me and him uh and possibly some others, and we'd be checking out the latest and one of the latest and greatest that have hit the box office recently. And it would be a bigger theater, and it being such a popular movie, probably would be more people just there attending in the auditorium. So like it would be slightly more concerning, because with there being like a little bit more of a crowd when we're still dealing with still dealing with this pandemic. Not really sure who's been vaccinated and who hasn't been, or if they've had it before, if they have not. You think about those things for just a bit. At least you can't help but think about it, because we still see these numbers on the news, and it just kind of brings that fear from the last year back again. Thankfully, not as much as it was last year, but it's there, and it makes me anxious for just that for just that bit of time again, and it brings me back into the reality of that. Yeah, we are still living in a time where it is very dangerous. Like it is. Excuse me. Trying to get something up here. Why won't this work? Oh my god. I'm trying to run an ad in the game to get some points, but it's just not wanting to just not wanting to run the ad. I'll just start the game. I'll just start it over again. um but yeah, like it just kind of, there it goes. It's it brings, it snaps you back to reality just for that little bit of time, and makes you think, yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. There is reason to still be afraid. It's not like no one's judging you on being afraid of this virus still, because it is still very still a very scary thing they're just, because for one thing, there's variants that keep happening, like newer variants that just kind of keep appearing of this thing, and the next one seems like it's like more threatening than the next, and it's just like, well, man, when will this end? And what and like Grenade Man even said last year, no, not Grenade Man, I'm sorry, it was B Metal that said last year that um that they don't think that COVID will ever end. It'll just become very manageable. So more or less, just, you know, a more threatening flu. Grandman says, I don't envy Spider-Man's anchor. So many lines on his costume. Then again, I say challenge accepted. Of all things to grasp. But yeah, that I do. I get where you're coming from. I didn't even think about that in terms of like having to constantly draw Spider-Man, probably like in comics. It's a lot, and you have to like be consistent with the lines each time on the suit. But the artist and you saying challenge accepted, I respect it. God, you could hear me drinking the drink. I'm sorry. I had to get that in me though. I'm talking for an hour and a half straight. My music has stopped. We got about 7 minutes left in this track, and then it's gonna go to and it's gonna try to play It Doesn't Matter. But yeah, that's too much of a high energy song for what we're going for. Plus the lyrics, that would definitely give us big copyright claim. I feel like I've gotten a lot of what I've wanted to say across, so I think I can get to wrapping this up. Excuse me. Yeah, let me take a look at what my other notes that I had prepared. Everything that I really had written down, I talked about. Because I had stream Pokemon Snap N64 on YouTube, which we have. Excuse me. God, what is this? But yeah, Pokemon Snap. We gotta finish that series. I'm glad I was able to play a new Pokemon Snap over on Twitch. Started streaming on Twitch in May. Yeah, we talked about that for sure. Went to wedding, shower, hung out with the boys at the bachelor party for that weekend. Yep. Attended the actual wedding and then the wedding reception. Yep. The Sonic Central Direct that showed us all the stuff about the remasters of the Genesis Sonic games, which we should be getting due to us next year on the Switch. So getting that essential collection, getting Sonic 3 Knuckles in widescreen for the first time is a big deal. I'm excited for that. Excited for a lot of things Sonic next year. The Sonic 2 the movie, the Sonic Genesis Collection games on a Sonic Origins is what it's called. Like that that collection. Um, what else is Sonic related that's coming out? Of course, the big Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, holiday 2022, and then the show that's going to be coming out. I think on Amazon Prime, if I'm not mistaken, which is called Sonic Prime. So fitting name. So I'm excited to see what they do with that because I think they're wanting that series to be kind of vibes of like mixing the Sonic's Sad AM cartoon with like us of like a good story of like giving good character development for Sonic. So I'm really excited to see what they do with Sonic Prime. Oh, and Grenade Man was saying, granted, I'm gonna try inking traditionally again. I can just fix it. I can just fix it up in Clip Studio. Oh, okay. And in case it says, I have come back to see that you are still on. So what's up? Yeah, what can I say? Dark stream. We just vibing. We're we're about to get off of here. We're just saying like our last bit. I was like recapping like what I did have typed in my notes. I basically addressed everything that was notable for this year. So yeah, comparable to last year where I did all that stuff of like getting a car and all that. Yeah, like this year in comparison, definitely wasn't as monumental as me being an adult like that. But things like handling finances or like learning how to handle finances better. That's a good stepping stone of growth that I'm glad I was able to get a handle of. God, I'm really thinking about this year. I just really can't think of anything else more notable than what I talked about with just being able to interact with my friends again in person. Like I'm not sure if you were lurking or if you heard about when I was talking about uh going to my friend's wedding shower and then the bachelor party weekend that we all went to the best man's house and we all hung out we all hung out again like we did with our bros nights back in school and it was just uh it was just 2 days and 2 nights of us gooning, playing Smash, playing Ninja outside, um playing drinking games without the drinking like beer pong and uh what else was there? It was I don't know the name of the game where you had to like drink really fast and then uh I know what it was now. Like you had to like get it to the like you had to get your empty cup to the edge and like hit it up and and have it land on its top. And you had to do that with like 5 cups, I think. And like had to do it fast. So that was manic fun. When you were saying am I catching some feels, did you mean to the music? And then Wild Milieu? Not even sure what that is. Oh no you don't. You try to play, it doesn't matter. That was gonna have lyrics in it. Grenade Man says, I heard Sonic Frontiers is being written by someone who is known for writing good stories in the Sonic comic. Yes, it is being written by Ian Flynn, who has been known to be one of the main, if not the main writer of the Sonic comics for quite some time now. I think notably with the IDW comics, and his characterization of all of the main cast and even supporting cast has just been one of the most favorite versions of these characters. So like them being the main pen behind the story for Frontiers, it's very exciting because we could actually have a story on the same caliber from between Adventure to Unleashed again, and like that's definitely the era where Sonic stories were good. Sonic and the Black Knight, I think is kind of like collectively uh like kind of collectively known to be like the last like big scope Sonic story that was good and actually and had moments of drama and stakes, and you felt for the characters and felt the emotions, and like and characters were believable. Afterwards, it just kind of became like just a lot of different takes of trying to make things work. Sonic Generations barely had a story, so the interactions that were there were just it was they were fine for the most part. This was like this was where well no the different voice cast was ever since Sonic Free Riders, which was like it was either '09 or 2010, because Sonic Colors was when they really was when we really no Free Riders was when Roger Craig I think came in there at first as well. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Roger Craig might have started with Colors, but I feel like it was Free Riders. I think it was the big recast in Free Riders. I wonder if Shadow will show up in it and how they'll represent his character. Casey said, "If you mean in Frontiers, I'm very curious about that. I'm curious if it'll show up in Frontiers or in the or in this this show, this Prime show." I'm not quite sure how we got to the Sonic conversation. I always love talking about Sonic, but I'm not quite sure how we got here. Not gonna lie to you, I'm really not. Help me. How did we get here? Okay, so Sonic Free Riders is by far and away the worst version of Shadow I've ever seen, both with his voice and character. Yeah, he was just kind of edge lower the character in that game. As far as the voice, um, what's the voice actor's name? Kirk Thornton or Kirk Thornton? I think I feel like he's gotten better at the voice. Still sounds maybe a little bit too raspy for it, or maybe it's like it's got the voice where it's like trying a little bit too much to sound, like to sound edgy or cool. But it's at least better than what it started with for sure. But our topic at the hand here, 2021. What a year! And it is almost over. 2022 is an hour and a half away from us now, give or take. Oh yeah, that's right, Grenade man. They focused too much on comedy in the recent games, and they really dropped the ball on Infinite in the last main game entry. Yeah, that voice actor has gotten better, in my opinion. I was impressed when I heard him in Forces for the first time. Exactly. Yeah, he's definitely gotten a lot better for Shadow. Cause yeah, when they cause the what is it, the recasting of the writers of having what is it, Pentoff and I forget the exact names, but it's two names that are known for a whole different series, and they went into writing for Sonic barely even knowing about barely even knowing anything about the source material. They took like the main like one trait from a character, and then they just like went with it. For Sonic, it was like cocky wisecracker and like nothing else. For Tails, they made it where he's like snarky brainiac, where like he's never really been a sassy character before. or if he was, it was only like here and there. But like they made him just like get upset and have inferiority complexes out of nowhere. Um, like Tails had a whole arc and adventure where like yeah he felt insecure, he felt like second rate to Sonic. He idolizes him and wants to get better, but he like saves an entire town by himself and like grows in that game. They just kind of retcon that completely with these new writers and just made Tails just a shell of his former self. Uh, what else? Knuckles just kind of became comic relief. Like he had minor speaking roles and like he was seen and spoken of as a leader and like has strength, but like he hasn't really been shown like in that like intimidating, cool light that we had seen ever since Adventure, or rather even Sonic 3, when he punched the emeralds out of Super Sonic. That's why the world is so hyped for Knuckles in Sonic Movie 2, because it's the return of having a cool Knuckles. Happy New Year, Red. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to the stream. That's man, Sonic Movie 2. I'm so excited for Sonic Movie 2, dude. Because Knuckles being a character that they are doing right, giving him the respect that he has needed this past decade. They've been doing our boy Knuckles dirty this past decade, dude. Like Boom Knuckles is quite literally a meathead, where like he's treated as the stereotypical dumb strong character, but to make it funny, he does have moments of like wisdom and being a feminist apparently. The Boom TV show is a gem. The games were a mixed bag to say the least, but the show was first rate gold. Knuckles works there fine to be a comedian type, to be like written with more comedy and being a comic relief kind of character. But it is long overdue to have Knuckles just be cool again. And movie Knuckles. God, YouTube hid Casey's comment of "I hate Boom Knuckles. He is stupid." It literally is. That's why people again just want to see more of this movie Knuckles and see how how epic this just all the interactions are going to be between movie Sonic and movie Knuckles, because movie Sonic is like leaning more towards the kid aspect of him, like learning to understand this power he has and the responsibility, and like all like he's confident, he's quirky, and he's like going and he's going into this but he seems to know when to be serious. But Knuckles just kind of coming in and is like, yeah, no. Boom! Oh my god, I'm ready for this movie, dude. Oh. Rest says Knuckles got the Cosmo Patrick treatment. Cosmo Patrick treatment. Grenade Man said, I remember visiting Sonic Heroes, and to me, Tails sounded like a 3-year-old. It's still a fun game after all these years, though. Yeah, Tails had a few different voice actresses, and that one was definitely the one that channeled the 8-year-old more than any of them did. So I guess that was, I guess that was the direction at least. But yeah, that was definitely one of the more infamous takes on the character, just to put it lightly. Casey says, I hate Boom Knuckles, he's stupid. And Tails in Sonic Heroes was actually voiced by a young child. Were they really? That makes a lot more sense then. So even more fitting. And Red says, what's up with all those Eggman's robots? Oh man, I hope that wasn't the actual line. We need to get the writers of Heroes. I wonder, since if it was a young child, and maybe just happened to read the line that way, and then they were just like, you know what? We'll take that. I don't know why. Oh, I see what you mean, Red. You were saying if you watched the first episodes of Fairly Odd Parents, Cosmo was not dumb. Same with Patrick. So basically, uh, like a flanderization, I think is what the trope is called, where a character starts off as being, comic relief, and being being comic relief, but not dumb. But then they just kind of get dumber and dumber as time progresses. That's them exploiting that one trait. Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents and Patrick from SpongeBob. Yeah, I I get what you mean now. Cause like that happens in certain sitcoms too. Like my mind immediately goes to like Nickelodeon sitcoms. It goes to Victorious, and the character that Ariana Grande played, Kat. Um, in like the first season, because she was even like not even doing as much of like the whole like high pitched voice she does towards like the next seasons and like in Sam and Cat, but like she sounded like someone just normally speaking, and then she was just like very eccentric and just kind of had her moments of like you'd look at her like oh, okay, you good. Or like just confusion because she just said something like very very weird. But then over the course of the show, she just kind of became dumber and dumber, and then the voice changed to match that, and it was just like, I mean, the character's still entertaining, but like, why'd you have to make her dumb though? Joey from Friends is another good example. That's a more streamlined example. Joey was actually really smart in the beginning of the show, and then he just kind of became dumber as time went on. It says, see, Cat kind of different because of me because the transition to a new voice isn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Like it's noticeable, but it wasn't really bad. Did I say it was bad? I didn't mean to say it was bad if I did. Uh, and then Grenade Man was saying, yeah, Knuckles is my favorite character out of all of them. Sure, he's pretty gullible, but back then he was legitimately a worthy rival for Sonic. That's what we want to see. That sure, gullible, but Knuckles is actually a really competent fighter and just shows that he's a capable guardian of the emeralds, Master Emerald. Case was saying Joey from Friends. He wasn't a complete idiot at the start of the show. And Rest said Joey from Friends is a good example, even with seasons. When he got his spinoff show, he lost his ability. When he got his spinoff show, he lost his ability to talk to women. He what? That's like one of the biggest things he had going for him. He lost that in his spinoff show. Excuse me. I st- I started watching. I think I started watching like one episode of that spinoff show, like a few years ago, and I just never continued it for some reason. Cause I love those shows. Friends, How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother's ending was just very anticlimactic though. Just oh my lord. Um, how did I know how we got here, but like why are we here? Because we were talking about characters getting dumber, and we got to Friends. Casey says I heard that spin-off show was not good. Man, that's unfortunate. Wasn't there a Friends reunion though? How was that? I didn't see that. Like Grenade Man said, I also think that they turned Fred from the Scooby Doo series into a complete idiot as well. When back then he started out as a confident leader. Hmm. I haven't really thought about that either. About Fred I haven't really seen them do Fred that dirty. I guess it depends on which Scooby show you're watching. He's like, why are we still here? Just to suffer. The first part of that is accurate. Why are we still here? Why is the stream still going? An hour and 2 hours? No, we're hitting. We're about to get to what I did last year when I was like, how did we talk for 2 hours and 20 minutes? This is how. This is how. Because we just started talking about different things and we're just hanging. We're just hanging out, man. Okay, the Friends reunion was more or less a talk show, and I didn't watch it. Oh man, I wish we had actually gotten, like some, like at least like an actual, even if it was just like one like big episode to just kind of see where they were later on in the show. That'd have been good. The recent Scooby-Doo films. Oh, okay. I haven't seen a lot of those. I gotta seem to know what you mean for Fred. She's like, let's go to midnight. No. Let's not go to midnight. Oh boy. We did that last year. But to be fair, I think I started to stream it at like 11 something, so it was just very easy to get to midnight. I'm almost out of drink. Apple juice is sad. That's what everyone wanted. Did everyone want that? Did everyone want the stream to go right into midnight and we just be chilling? What would we have to talk about for an extra hour and 20 minutes, Casey? Let me be done. Scooby-Doo encourage crossover? That's a thing? That's all over the place? Yo! Hold on. I'm just gonna look for this real fast. Just Googling it now. Straight out of nowhere. Wait, this is a new thing? Ayo? Scooby-Doo meets Curse, the Cowardly Dog. Scooby-Doo and the Curse something? That's something else entirely. Ayo? Oh, that's what everyone wanted with the Friends thing. For them, like, for it to be like an actual episode to show them years later. Right. Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog is the 33rd in a series of direct-to-video films based upon Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo Saturday morning cartoons. It was released September 14, 2021. Huh. Premise: Scooby-Doo and the gang find themselves in the middle of nowhere, of Kansas, the Batwoods hometown of Courage and his owners, Muriel and Eustace Baggage. Man, I need to see this now. I need to find this. What is this on in terms of streaming platforms? Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime? Bet. I have Amazon Prime. Yeah, I have Amazon Prime. We good. Let's go. Nice. Then Casey said, me, Viper, and Dooney watched it one night on Discord. Did y'all really? It is indeed on Amazon Prime. Yes, I'm gonna watch that. That might be one of the first movies I watched in 2022. Grenade says, then again, to me, he only seemed like a real leader in the main series from the late 60s. In all the other iterations, they dumped him down little by little. To me, at least. That sounds kind of accurate. He kind of he does kind of have like those like bumbling moments, and he's all and like the other like the rest of the gang are just they do kind of just be like, oh no. Like they're just kind of like they're just kind of fed up with him, or like fed up with some things he does. So yeah, I think I do have an idea what you're talking about. But yeah, we're just kind of rambling at this point about other things to just talk about the stuff. But hopes for 2022 in a nutshell. Just reaching out to people more in terms of streams, watching streams, like not feeling not feeling like it's a burden to talk to people, because you never know whose day you will make by just saying hi to somebody in chat. Because I know it makes my day, so I'd want to make someone happy by just coming in the stream and just saying hi, and like if you're if you're saying something, and like if you like what you see, and then you talk more and engage with them and compliment them on what they're doing right, or compliment them on how their personality or whatever seems. And if they seem entertaining enough, then it's just like, I like this, you seem cool, I'm gonna follow. And then it's just awesome all around. So that's one thing of just making more of an effort to talk with more streamers in their chats, even if it's just to speak and say hi. At the very least, I just say hi and say I just went to say hi. I may not stay around. I'll be lurking. Something like that. And then to just reach out to my friends in general, like to send them a text, shoot them a random phone call. I've always been bad at just reaching out to people. In terms of like giving them a phone call or texting them. And I really want to do less of that kind of just neglect next year. So that's another thing I want to be better at. I want to do more variety content next year. I want to focus even more on singing and voice acting, and even get into doing reviews for things as part of my content, and even and have properly edited videos. Excuse me. I think I want to actually do compilation. Excuse me. I want to do compilations of like my like bracket runs from this year, and like have like hypest moments from streams this year. Does it or maybe just combine things into like a best of Yoshean96 in 2021, where like it's like the funniest and hypest moments of like all of my streams in one video that I can put here on YouTube. Dude, what if we created dinosaurs? That would be real neat. Okay, so you drinking now? It's too early to be drinking. It ain't New Year's yet. But before that, in case you were saying, I believe we could do some things in 2022 that will be epic. Like the killer birds we wanted to make with science and whatnot, then release them into the wild. You had me in the first half. Grenade Man says the first 4 direct-to-video Scooby-Doo films from the late 90s to early 2000s were awesome. for the most part, from what I remember at least. Had a phenomenal art style. I need to look back at the list and see what those were. Were one of those Zombie Island, and there was and were one of them Cyber Chase. Matter of fact, were they Cyber Chase, Witch's Ghost, Zombie Island, and then something else? Like are those four of those in that time frame? Yeah, but was it Cyber Chase or Cyberspace? Scooby Doo. Might have been Cyberspace. Because Cyber Chase was a PBS kid show. I don't know. What else want to do in 2022? In terms of variety content. Oh yes, I am thinking about the right batch of movies. Yeah, those yeah, those movies look great. They stand up really well even today in terms of like art style and animation. But more things with singing and voice acting for sure. Like I said, I dabbled in things with singing, dabbled in things with voice acting. Um, like not even really voice acting, just focused videos, but just doing voice acting for characters in Paper Mario Origami King and Danganronpa and the other and some of the other games like Octopath and others that I did voices for in my 12 Days of Switchman series, and it was like a positive perception from me doing voice stuff. So like that's something I definitely want to do more of. Just standalone things. I might even make like a proper I might even make proper voice reels for characters that I feel like I can do good voices for, such as Sonic, with like most inspiration from the Jason Griffith era for Sonic. Alien Invaders, thank you. Yo, that's oh my god, nostalgia. Oh man, because because Alien Invaders was when it was like it was like the woman and her dog, and like it was a love interest for Shaggy and Scooby. Oh, dude, I remember that. Oh, those were the four. Okay, and it is Cyber Chase. Okay, okay. Man, that was such a good part of my childhood, dude. I think that I remember specifically that book got that movie got a book too. They might have all gotten um like not visual novels, but I think they all got like novelizations with pictures. But I distinctly remember the Alien Invaders one having a book with it, that it had a book based on the motion picture, something like that. But more singing. We only really did one singing stream this year, which was the singing the Pokemon theme songs for season 1 and 2. We gotta jump back on that and continue with Johto. Continue with seasons three. I think that's seasons 3, 4, and 5. If I'm not mistaken. But singing more. That I still owe y'all a full Jump Up Superstar cover from for Odyssey, and I'm 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 working a on being able to have a Dragon Soul cover, because my man B Metal, he's working on he's releasing his album next year, and that's gonna be awesome. Because if hearing this the studio version recording of Dragon Soul anything to go by, the rest of the album is about to be mint. I am telling you. Because since I commissioned him before for it, he was like, yeah, sure. It's like, sure, you can have that track of Dragon Soul. You already paid me to to record it like originally in the first place. I'm like, okay, wow, thank you. And I I recorded some practice takes with me singing with it, and it sounds amazing. My two lovely uncles when? Likely never. If I still decided to have a whole troll singing, like a troll song singing stream, then maybe that'll be on there. Rayman says, "Too bad we never saw those two again since then. That song How Groovy was my jam." I don't remember. I don't remember the song. That's a crime. I need to remember the song. I need to go and YouTube this right. I need to go and like YouTube that song from that movie and be attacked in my feels with nostalgia. What else? Reviews. I could definitely do reviews of like I already have some typed up that I did for Facebook years ago that I could easily adapt into video formats. Ones like Finding Nemo, Angry Birds from 2016. I could do one for actually Finding Nemo. I didn't have a written one. Finding Dory, I had a written review that I could adapt into a video format. I had like the beginning of a Finding Nemo review years ago, and I have my first impressions review after like doing an offline recording watching Finding Nemo, so I could turn that into a review video, kinda, maybe. And what else did I make reviews of? Kung Fu Panda 3, I think I did the kind of review for that, and I think I did one kind of for Zootopia. Yeah, I want to do reviews for like a bunch of different animated movies that I've seen that I enjoy. Those that I listed. And it would be good outlets to like go and be looking at different movies that I've been needing to look at. Like the other two How to Train Your Dragon movies, I've only seen the first one. It's a crime in itself. Alright, Grenade Man. I best be getting to bed now. I'll see you next year, Darsh. Yes, I will be seeing you next year, Grenade Man. Appreciate you for being very consistent with watching my streams on YouTube. Really appreciate it. I do hope I do hope to see you come to a Twitch stream here and there, but if your main platform is YouTube, then I will also do my best to make sure I get more things to YouTube next year, because I've definitely not been giving YouTube the same treatment as Twitch this year. It was YouTube favor last year, Twitch favor this year. I'm gonna do the best to integrate them both with each other next year. I'm gonna try to like have like a bunch of stream highlights on my YouTube channel. So then at the very least you can see moments of that, and then if those appeal to you, then you might come through to a Twitch stream here and there. It says see you, and then Casey's saying see, and then he was saying see you around, Casey. That is Green Man bidding farewell. One of the oldest friends of the server, and just good friend from school. When I say oldest friends of the server, I mean like that you've been around since like the server was basically made. And in case he responded, see you later, Grenade Man. Yes. It's about time for me to be saying see you later to you guys. But hopes for 2022. We keep circling back to this because that's what the point of this is what I've been trying to get to. Man. Blitzcast has finally become more than a name. Me, Casey, and Viper, we did a thing. We recorded an introduction session, and hopefully that will be posted to a newly created YouTube channel in the super near future. It's an introductory. Blitzcast is a group podcast that us three are in, and we look forward to being able to cover a range of different topics, and different games. essentially becoming just kind of a mixture of like a podcast group, and then also being able to use that same channel to be able to do a bunch of like collaboration efforts with gaming. It's gonna be something to keep an eye on for next year, because if you like what I do, and if you like what Viper do, when you get us together plus Casey's just random antics, you have A+ quality content, easy. So that's gonna be fun to listen to and see unfold next year. I'm really excited to see what Blitzcast is gonna be able to do. Hopefully we're gonna be able to do a lot of discussions. We still have to do something for the Game Awards, talk about the Sonic trailers in depth. So looking forward to that at least. And then our other group efforts for my channel on Twitch, doing my Danganronpa series, and Viper and Casey being there as voices. I'm not sure if Casey, if you were being there, like if you were wanting to be there consistently with doing like voices and being there on VC like we did the other week with Danganronpa. But I know at the very least Viper's like want to be there for sure, because he's the one who like quote unquote bullied me into playing Danganronpa in the first place. Not bullied, he just like was just crazy insisting over and over and over again. And I thank him for being so insistent, because Danganronpa just seems like a real treat to get into. So that's another group effort I'm looking forward to. You can try. That's all I can ask is for you to try. If you're not able to make like every one of them, that's perfectly okay. Because it was Viper's idea in the first place. Like I'm sure that he would want to try to be there for as many of the parts that I do as possible. Let's see. Hopes 2022. I hope that I can actually become decently fluent in Spanish. I've been stuck in the same, or like I've been just very, very, very slowly learning Spanish over the course of these past few years. I can hold a very basic conversation with someone that speaks Spanish, but if it starts to get into specifics, you lost me. Like so I'm wanting to do that. At this point, I'm just starting to list resolutions. I want to actually create an exercise regimen. I want to get toned, dude. I want to build some muscle. I've been scrawny boy for too long. And plus, exercise is just a good healthy habit to develop anywhere. So I want to do that. I want to get back in the daily habit of playing Brain Age on my DS, or even get the new Brain Age game on the Switch and do that daily. And then play Wii Sports daily again. That'd be fun. I could even have some of those be streams, playing Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. That'll definitely be a lot of fun. What else we got? Excuse me. I'm trying to cover as much as I could, but I think what I've covered is good for now. Anything else I can say that's coming, I can say in like a proper like updates video, an updates post at the very least. But yeah, more variety in my content. Actually doing variety in content. Actually doing everything that I have in my banner in terms of more things dealing with art, reviews, discussions, um, actually doing voice acting focused things, whether it be like me dubbing again, or even creating some reels. Um, maybe even going into uh, maybe even like, maybe auditioning for roles in casting club, or what any other voice acting site that lets you audition for roles, or like have your profile and like you have people request things from you, which would be Fiverr. So like I'm interested in trying that out next year, since I've gotten more than one person that has said, yo, you do like I think you could have like I think you could actually have like a decent shot in trying to do voice acting stuff. So like I take that I take that challenge. I want to run with it for sure. And I just want to sing a lot more next year. Cause I already just, cause I'm already someone that just sings a lot in general in my day to day life. So focusing on those focusing those singing, focusing that singing onto like streams and like videos, and even better if they could be backed with some music, or it's like karaoke or music that I could do. Oh, I want to learn how to play the keyboard. I want to learn how to play the piano. I want to become a pianist next year. That's like the main instrument I've been dying to learn for years, because I feel like I could be great with these fingers that I got. And like the piano is such a versatile instrument. Like you can really play like almost any genre, and like because the piano is like almost like is like the backbone of a lot of songs. Like if you have a piano track, you basically have like the soul of a song. And if I can learn how to confidently play the piano, and like and if I can like learn how to play like learn the song of a piano like I can learn it to sing the words, um then I think we could be in business. Cases just learn the guitar, like dun 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 dun. I've been curious about the guitar too, because guitars are also very versatile. Like you have bass guitars, you have like more, you have ones that are meant more for like acoustic things, um, electric guitars. There's so many different kinds. Ask B Metal, he's got a whole collection of them. Guitars would be cool to learn too. Also the um where the piano is like the soul of a song, the guitar is like the guitar is like the heart of it, not like a piano. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You talking about the thing that's got the piano keys on like a guitar shaped thing. Yeah. But also guitar. That'd be. I think it's got strings with it, and it's got piano keys. You know what? It's not a bad idea, honestly. Not a bad idea. Hopefully we're in the same chair again with the same hat, the same shirt. Maybe better lighting next time. Um, maybe even something else going on in my background next time. Hopefully we're in the same thing, and I can hold up a guitar. And I can say, Casey, this was for you. Oh man, that'd be great. Ah man. What else do we want to do next year? There's so much. I know I'm not gonna say everything. I know I'm gonna think of something after the fact, but I just wanted to say as much as I could. Um, I think that's it. Should be it. Should have been an hour ago. But yeah, that's it. I'm grateful for this year. I'm grateful for being in good health, being blessed to still be healthy. I did not get sick this year. I've still been I've still been dodging this virus. Knock on wood. Thankfully, like the only instance I've really felt sick was because of the side effects from the vaccines, not really getting sick from another source. But yeah, I've been staying healthy for these past 2 years. And do I hear 3? Let's go for 3. Continue to be healthy and happy as we're going into 2022, as I'm surrounded by loving family, awesome awesome friends, Casey, Grenade Man, Sus, Waka, and so many more people that I've come to know through gaming. In different groups that I've been in, from my server, from everywhere. I thank you. You have helped make this year be enjoyable. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really thank you guys. And hopefully you'll be here for more of my antics and aspiring projects in 2022. Because I said it last year and we didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to. I'm gonna say it again here. I have a lot planned for 2022, and I want to see as much of it through as I possibly can. And another big hope is to just general hope is to really make another big push against this virus. And hopefully we'll have even more of the country, of the world get vaccinated. And if we can just continue to abide by the regulations that are being enforced in like the bigger public spaces, to just social distancing for like with people that we're not always in contact with, like social distance, wear your mask, get vaccinated so you can be as safe as possible. I know people have their precautions about it, but I'm on team get vaccinated, because I say it's better to be safe than sorry. If there are like actual health conditions where it would be harmful, I mean, of course talk to your doctor, but I still believe that it is safest to get the shot, and then worst case scenario, you're sick for like a day or two, and then you're better and at least somewhat safer against the virus than not be vaccinated and be hit with it really hard. So I say to everyone, please be as safe as possible. Continue to be as safe as possible next year. And remember to just be kind. Be kind to people. Be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to your coworker. Be kind to your friends, your family. Be kind to just strangers. You never know who someone is. You never know who you could be treating a certain way. I'm guilty of this. I'm not excluding myself. Working retail, it gets frustrating, and every so often, unfortunately, like a customer, a couple, just kind of meets meets you at moments where like you're like busy, or like your temperament isn't the best, and you might not talk in your best intent at that moment. So if anyone out there that I might have interacted with when I was working, I apologize if I came off as rude to you. But what matters is that you are aware of it and you learn from it, and just try to treat people like you want to be treated. You can't really do any better than that. And Casey says, good night, my boy. Good night, Casey. Thank you for tuning into the stream. 2 times. It's 2 times, actually. This has been 2021, and here's to 2022. All that said, I think I am done here. This has been Yoshean, aka Yoshean96 or RhettMaster96, depending on how you know me. I'm signing off for now, but definitely not forever. Have an amazing rest of your night or day, depending on where you are. Stay safe, again, please, in these times. God bless. Keep on being awesome. Stay tuned for all the great things that will be happening in 2022. Not just my things, but for the blessings that y'all will receive in 2022. Stay tuned for that, because it's coming. I wish nothing but the best for all of y'all. And lastly, again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time in 2022. Take care.